guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I just wanted to do swatches of the new Derma BB cream. It looks like this. This is the Derma Essentials Tinted Moisturizing BB Cream with SPF 30. So Derma came out with a total of 5 shades in the BB cream, which I know right off the bat we're like, ooh, 5 shades, right? I feel like more and more cosmetic brands are seeing that there's a need for a wider shade range. I mean, that should be obvious because there's so many different skin colors and shades and tones out there, so it's like kind of a no-brainer. But only recently brands are starting to create bigger shade ranges. So when brands come out with a color product and it only has 5 shades, people are already raising their eyebrows like, really? And I'm not saying that these 5 shades are going to magically work for everybody. Hopefully within this swatch video you'll see them on actual skin and you can kind of decipher if there's going to be a shade that works for you or not. But I did want to share that I went to the Derma launch party or launch brunch for this product, and there they were talking about the way that this product was created was to pick 2 different shades that are closest to your skin tone and kind of mix the 2 throughout the year to get your perfect shade. So that was their idea with creating this product. The 2 shades that are closest to my color are shade light, which I think is kind of actually my perfect shade, but also medium. Like, majority of my color is light with maybe just like a little drop of medium, and that's it. But as you know, our skin color changes all throughout the year based on the season and how much sun exposure we're getting and all that kind of stuff, whether we tan or not. So that's why it's nice to have the 2 so you can mix and change the portions of it to match your skin tone all throughout the year. Derma, of course, as you know, is a cruelty-free and vegan brand that I love so much. And let me just go over some of the things that are on the packaging here. It's gluten-free, soy-free, no parabens, all this kind of stuff, no mineral oils, artificial flavors, nothing like that. Flavors, I meant artificial fragrances, nothing like that though. So I've actually been testing out this BB cream for a few weeks now, and it does not oxidize, which I was a little nervous about, but it stays the same like on my skin all throughout the day, and it looks gorgeous. It has a pretty decent coverage for a BB cream. I was actually kind of surprised. One thin layer covers up the redness, but you can still see like little marks like freckles and things like that, which I think is really nice for a natural day. But what I was very surprised to find out was that you can actually build this and get a little bit more of a medium coverage with this. And I feel like I don't normally see that with BB creams, but then again, I rarely am one to use BB creams, basically for that reason, because you can't build it. Because I like, if I'm gonna wear makeup, I like to have some coverage, and you can actually get that and achieve that with this BB cream. So I do like that. There is SPF 30, like I mentioned, so your skin is gonna stay protected. It's gonna prevent you from getting sunburned, and it's not too heavy. It's very moisturizing and hydrating on the skin. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's get into the swatches. I wanna swatch these in order, like all on my face, so that you can see what they all look like together, and then I'll go one by one to swatch and show you how they blend and like what they look like blended out, because they really do look different like when you see just like one swatch versus actually blending it into the skin. So I want to show you the 2 different variations. Okay, now that we're all close up and personal, here is the shade Fair. The next shade we have is Light. And again, this is the color that I have been using the most. Next we have Medium. See, originally this looks like it'd be the one for my color, but when I apply it all over, I just feel like it's a little too dark. So that's why I do a mix of both of them. Next we have the shade Tan. And the thing with this shade is that it swatches incredibly weird, in my opinion. It looks very grayish and purpley, but when you blend it out, it looks completely different. That's why I wanted to show you each one blended out. But that's what Tan looks like swatched. And then now we have the darkest shade, which is called Deep. So here is what all 5 of the BB cream shades look like. Let me know if you already kind of have an idea of what color might work for you. Or let me know in the comments like there's nothing that would be close to you, because I know this is a little bit of a limiting shade range. So I'm interested to hear your guys' comments. So I don't know if this is helpful or not, but here it's what the swatches look like a little further back. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do individual swatches and we'll blend them out on this side. So we're gonna start with the shade Fair, which is the lightest one. And I actually like applying this with a brush. I don't really like using my hand, but I bet this would apply really nicely with a sponge as well. Okay, so once you blend it out, I mean, it's not perfect, but there's like a better idea of what shade Fair looks like. So this color is too light for my skin tone, but it's a little surprising how it's not that like big of a difference, like it's not that crazy of a difference from my natural skin tone. So now we're gonna move into shade Light, which is my actual color. So there's what it looks like blended out. You can see like the closer I get to the center of my face, it is covering up the redness, and you almost can't even see where it like stops and ends because it's such a close match with my natural skin tone. So again, there is what the shade Light looks like. So now we're gonna move on to the shade Medium, which I originally thought was going to be my perfect shade, but it ended up being just a little too dark for me. See, I feel like the camera is not doing these shades justice because I'm looking in the viewfinder and that doesn't look that bad, honestly. Like, it looks like it matches me a lot better than light, but in person, it is way more red and orangey than my natural skin color. Like this, it's too dark for me, even though on camera it looks good. So blended out, that is what Medium looks like. I think if I turn this way, you can kind of see, like, yeah, it looks like I could pull it off, but in person, it's a lot darker than it looks. But you can see, like, my skin is actually a lot more lighter than that. So that's why if I do use this, I just use a little drop of it mixed in with the shade Light. Moving on, we have the shade Tan, which again, as I mentioned earlier, this swatch is really weird and like purpley looking, but once you blend it, it looks a lot better. So like, doesn't that look very gray and purple? But I feel like once it's blended out, it starts to warm up, like the color. Do you see what I mean? Like, do you see how it looks warmer now and not as ashy? Like, it's just strange how that kind of changes colors as you blend it. But I think this blends out a lot nicer than it swatches. So that is what the shade Tan looks like. I wonder if like me going like this is like helpful to see kind of a comparison. I don't know. But that's what that one looks like. And last but not least, we have the shade Deep, which is the darkest in the collection. In my honest opinion, this isn't even that deep of a color. So blended out, that is what Deep looks like. And like I mentioned earlier, I have been using a foundation brush to apply this, but just blending it onto my face with my finger, I'm noticing that once it like dries and set, it kind of doesn't move. Like it stays put, which is actually really good. You don't want something that's so slippery that it moves and slides all over your face. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I need to try applying this with my fingers next time. But yes, again, here is the shade Deep. So that is it for this swatch video. I hope that this video helped you decide which shades would work best for your skin tone. And again, I know the shade range is pretty small, so let me know in the comments, is there even a match for you? Because again, me just thinking out loud, the deep colors don't seem that deep and the light colors don't seem that light. Because I feel like my skin color, I'm like medium, but like I'm on the lighter side of medium, so that's why like light beige, those kind of colors typically work for me, natural beige. But realistically, there are people that are a lot lighter than me, and I feel like even the lightest color here was not too different from my own skin tone. And even though the deeper shades were a lot darker than my skin tone, that wasn't that dark, you know what I mean? But as far as the product itself and the formulation, I think it's awesome. It's really comfortable to wear, and I actually really enjoy the fact that it is a lightweight BB cream that you can build for a medium coverage look, because sometimes I like to go a little heavier and look a little more glam, even on my natural days. So I do enjoy the formula a lot. Maybe Derma E will come out with more shades. I think that would be really awesome to see, because again, overall, I think the product is super awesome. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!